is Noreen from Joy of Cards, and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Yay! Anyway, for more of my Stampin' Up! Card videos, make sure you click on that subscribe button and then hit that little bell thingy, and that will alert you when I have a new video posting. So let's get to our card. Okay, ladies, or gentlemen, or whatever, it's time to make Christmas cards. Yep, you got to do it now. In fact, if you go on the Stampin' Up! Site now, you might want to start ordering your papers and everything, because things do have a tendency to sell out when they're really hot and heavy, and now is the time. So I do have a direct site. My name is all right here, and it's on the bottom here. So, or go into my card detail and you'll see that. But we're going to start with this one, and we're going to be using gift wrap for the bow and for the sentiment, of course, and Dove of Hope for the branch and this sentiment here. We're going to be using the detailed dove die, just this one, and we're going to be using this frame from Painted Labels for the sentiment, and then the paper is from Plaid Tidings. So I really love this color, so I made sure I bought a lot, because you only get 4 of these in a packet, so I bought a bunch of them. So the first thing is we're going to get a basic black. It's 5.5 by 4 1/4, of course, scored and folded. And then let's just do the inside first, because that's the easy part. So I'm going to take a piece of garden green. The dimensions on this is 5 1/4 by 4, and a real red, which is 5 by 3.75. And let's go ahead and snail it up and put it on a card base. This is just like the total basic stuff. Grab your Stampin' pad and the sentiment from the Dove of Hope. And we're going to grab our garden green ink and just go ahead and stamp this. And then I also grabbed the little piece of holly, also from the gift wrap. And we're going to use that same color and just give it a couple of doohickeys on the corners and put it on the card. But that's the inside of the card. So for the outside of the card, we're going to take some real red, and the dimensions are going to be 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. And you could go ahead and make sure it's opening the right spot. Put it on. And then we're going to take a piece of that plaid, and the Plaid Tidings is going to be 5 1/4 by 4. Then I cut 2 pieces of this really cute glittered organi ribbon, whatever. It's the black with the little speckles in it. And I cut enough to go across and down. And take your silicone craft sheet, and you're going to take your snail and go ahead and put snail down the center of the ribbons, because you want it to actually stick on the paper. And then I'm going to put a little snail on the back there, and put my ribbon down going this way, flip it over, and then I'm going to put snail on here, flip it over, and now we can go ahead and put this on our card base, because we're not going to tuck anything else behind there. So now it looks like this. So now we're going to go ahead and do some stamping, because I did this is red and green foil, and of course you have to use the embossing powder with that and your Stamparatus. So I've got my very seasoned looking Stamparatus right here, and the first thing I'm going to stamp are those little leaves. So I'm going to take my Stamparatus, put like an ink cartridge or one of the boxes underneath, and then I'm going to grab the leaf from Dove of Hope, and I've already got this all lined up here. So I'm going to take my little green foil, and what do we do first, ladies? We got to use the embossing buddy, because if we don't, then we're going to be sorry. And then put a couple magnets, grab our Versamark, and go ahead and do that. So I'm going to do that one, and then I'm going to do another one. And the paper, just cut it small enough so you're not wasting your green paper. So this is like a 3 by 2. And once again, you got to use your embossing buddy, or otherwise you'll be sorry. And then Versamark it and Stamp It Up. Okay, I'm gonna put this to the side. I also grabbed my painted labels, and I took the smaller of these two and I cut one out in the green foil as well. And I'm just going to line this up here, and I've got them all pre-lined up. And don't forget the embossing buddy, you'll be sorry. And so I'm going to take this one off. This is great about the Stamparatus because you could take them off and put them back on, and then grab this one where I have the sentiment all lined up as well. And we're going to Versamark it. And this sentiment is from Gift Wrapped, and it says a very Merry Christmas. Okay, and we're going to put this one to the side. And then I'm going to grab the red foil for the bow and then line it up here. And of course, what? We got to use our embossing buddy, or otherwise it will come out terrible. And I've already had this lined up. So this is great if you're doing a lot of cards to use your Stamparatus, because you're just boom, 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 and it'll be great. And I'm going to Versamark this up. And I'm going to do it again. What the heck? All right. I'm going to grab our gold embossing powder and go ahead and sprinkle that on. And just give it a little click with your finger. If you got a little boo-boo there, you could just take a eraser and just kind of take it off. Bunk. And then we're going to do the same thing for the sentiment. Make sure when you're flicking it, you don't hit the powder. And then the leaf. So we're doing this all at once, so you're not having to do them one at a time. And just make sure you covered all your piece there. I've got my heat gun on right now, so I'm just letting it warm up. And it's good to let it just kind of warm up for a few minutes before you start doing your embossing. And since this is foil, don't give it too much heat. You're going to see it turning, because it'll go from a very flat to a very shiny, and then just give it another quick look. If you see any dark spots, like I had one there and there, just grab it. So there's the bow. There's the leaf. Another leaf. And the tag, and just check it. Now we're going to use our gift bow builder, and we're going to punch out the bow. So here's a little trick if you don't want to waste your red foil, and you could just cut it down to the size of the stamp and then take a Post-it note and just kind of hold on to it that way so you're not wasting any, and then line it up. Once you think you've got it lined up, hold it like halfway down a little bit, because then you can maneuver it a little better. And punch, and put that little doodad on the side. Throw this away. And then we need to take the die from Detailed Dove, this one right here, and we need to die cut this. Now when you're die cutting this, you want to take a piece of tape. I used a yellow painter's tape, the frog tape, and you want to position it on your foil so it's lined up perfectly, and tape it down, because when you die cut sometimes it wiggles and you don't want to do this again. So I'm going to die cut those two, and I'll be right back. Now we're all cut out. I'm going to take and wipe this off on my very fabulous coronavirus shirt that is horrible. That's why you never see me. It's like, you don't want to see me. Anyway, and then I'm going to take this these two leaves, and I'm going to cut off the bottom leaf and just cut like half of the stem off and throw that away. And do the same thing to the other side. Just take it and then get our red rhinestone gems here, and I'm going to put 3 on each of the leaf here where the little holly beads are, or bub circles. And I'm going to use black dimensionals and the white dimensionals, and I'm going to take my bow, and the first thing I want to do is, it's flat right now, I want to shape it. So I'm going to give it a little hump here and then a flip on the end. So a hump here, and a flip on the end, and a hump here, and a flip on the end, and a hump and a flip in the end, like that. And then I'm going to take my black dimensional, just in case you see it a little bit, which you shouldn't, and I'm going to put it right on the edge there. And then I'm going to take some more black dimensionals and put one in each leaf. And then I'm going to just kind of lightly kind of place them here. Don't push down on them because we might maneuver them. And then take the bow and put it over the top. That actually looks good. So I'm going to keep it there and just push down on my dimensionals. And then I'm going to take the white dimensionals, just because I have more of the white than I do of the black, so I don't want to waste the other ones. And put the sentiment right there. And that's card, really easy stuff. So this would be good for making a lot of cards, you know, all at once. There's other plaid designs in that paper pack, so that's really cool. And that's the card. So please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I do give away the demo card. So if you're a first-time subscriber, you put a comment in my little thing there and put your email address, because I can't talk to you if I don't have your email address. And if you're the first one, I will get your address and I'll stick this in the mail. You get the demo card for free. So that's my card. Thanks. Bye.